There's one, little power shot. Mean fish. You know, that is so cool. I mean, this is the time of the year, pre-spawn, you know, spawn, when the fish really get shallow and they're in this heavy cover. And I like to throw a drop shot, but you know, typically you cannot throw the light line, spinning rod, finesse type drop shot. So that's when I'm gonna go to this Bubba shot, this power shot, you know, go with a 12 to a 15 pound fluorocarbon. You know, this is a little 6-inch finesse worm with a 3/8 ounce of a sinker, and you wanna get it up in the structure, in the heavy cover, you know, and really that's where you're gonna get a lot of bites from. You know, when you think drop shotting, don't just think clear, open, deep water. I mean, this is a deadly, you know, effective technique fishing shallow like we are today, you know, pitching around some of these areas where you think those fish are gonna spawn, little holes in the grass or holes in the tules. And when you get that bite, the hookup ratio is gonna be really, really good. Just because you're gonna have that bigger line, you know, the heavier rod. It's just something for me that, you know, throughout my career, being a professional angler, something I've really done a lot, had a lot of success at, and it's especially effective, you know, when guys are fishing an area just like this. You know, maybe they're flipping a creature bait or flipping something bigger, and you can go behind, kind of finesse fishing a drop shot. Definitely get a lot of bites. There he is. One's buried up in the cover there. You know, that is so nice, you know, having bigger line on a drop shot. You know, you can really put it in some nasty cover, and this is just such a natural technique, especially during the spawn, you know, that you're gonna catch a lot more big fish and a lot of nice fish just like that. Like I say, you don't have to worry about losing them too with that bigger line. So cool. So as far as the rod and reel setup, you know, that is gonna be crucial for me. You know, I like this Daiwa Tattoo Elite. This is a 7-foot finesse rod designed by Brent Ayler. You know, and this is a rod where I can throw a 10 pound up to a 15 pound fluorocarbon. And I really like this rod for throwing the drop shot. You know, it's got a really soft tip, but it's got a lot of backbone. And I've got some really big fish out of some really thick cover. And so that's really important. And as far as the reel, you know, this definitely is my go-to reel when I'm throwing this drop shot. This is a Tattoo SV. It's got the SV spool in there. You know, when you're throwing that, you know, lighter setup, you know, a 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce of a weight on the drop shot and a 6-inch finesse worm, you know, you want a reel that's not going to backlash. This is definitely going to help me not backlash because of that SV spool. That spool actually slow down on the cast and eliminate a backlash. And so that just makes it nice. You know, this is a fun setup to fish. You know, I can pitch it around some of this heavy cover all day. Very lightweight setup, less fatigue. And like I say, I'm gonna use a 12 to a 15 pound fluorocarbon and really have fun when you get that bite. You know, as far as the weight, I always typically go with the tungsten weight. You know, this is a Strike King tour grade tungsten. Like I say, a 1/4 to 3/8 of an ounce, maybe even a 1/2 ounce. And just a variety of different baits here. But this is an owner cover shot hook. You know, this is a really good hook. You can see it's going to be Texas rigged on there, and it's a straight shank hook. So when you get that bite, your chances of landing that fish are going to be really, really high. That hook has a really good hookup ratio. Like I say, it's lightweight. You don't want a heavy hook, meaning you know, it's going to pull the bait down. You want that lightweight hook. And like I say, this is just a really good way to catch some of these pre-spawn fish, spawning fish when they're not really biting. You know, this is a good way to catch some of them, and some big ones.